So, what if we thought about our health, not just as, wellness, but as national security? Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea, that your body is a nation and it's constantly under threat. And guess what? It's up to you to arm its defenses. Let's get into it.
This quote from Dr. Mantana Satyanarayana Maraju just hits it perfectly, doesn't it? We totally get why a country needs missiles, but do we ever think about the nutrients our bodies need with that same kind of urgency? It makes you wonder, are we really arming our internal army for the invisible war it fights every single day?
All right, let's really dive into this whole idea. Your body isn't just a body, it's a nation. And like any nation, it is constantly defending its borders against all these invisible invaders. We're talking viruses, bacteria, and tons of other microbes just trying to get a foothold.
So who defends this territory? Well, that's your immune system. And it's not just some passive system, it's a highly intelligent military, on patrol 24/7. Its whole mission is to find and neutralize threats before they can do any real damage. This is your personal defense force, working for you right now.
And this army has specialized units. Dr. Raju calls them the Pancha Dalalu, which means the 5 forces. These are your different types of white blood cells: monocytes, lymphocytes, neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils. Think of each one as a soldier with a very specific skill set, trained to destroy invaders in different ways.
I mean, think about it. A country will spend billions, even trillions, on weapons and defense. It's seen as completely essential. It's a non-negotiable part of the budget. So looking at this slide, the question becomes really personal. What are you spending to arm your internal army?
Okay, so if our immune cells are the soldiers, what are their weapons? What's the ammo they need to actually fight effectively? Well, the answer is pretty simple, but it does mean we have to completely rethink how we look at food. And here is the fundamental conflict we all face every single day. We make food choices to satisfy what Dr. Raju calls the span-long tongue. We're just looking for that immediate hit of pleasure. But while our tongue is having a party, we're often starving the yard-long body, denying it the fuel and the weapons it desperately needs to defend itself.
And this right here, this is the arsenal. These are the specific weapons your army is begging for. You've got powerful antioxidants like vitamin C, A, and E. They act like shields. B-complex vitamins, that's the fuel for the troops. And minerals and amino acids are the raw materials to build and repair your forces. Without this supply chain, your soldiers are basically going into battle unarmed.
So understanding the problem is one thing, but fixing it is something else entirely. How do we actually go about arming our internal military? Well, Dr. Raju lays out a clear, practical 3-part strategy to build a powerful defensive arsenal. And the strategy is beautifully simple. First, we fortify our bodies with the concentrated power you find in seeds and nuts. Second, we hydrate strategically with nutrient-packed juices. And third, we shift the entire balance of our diet to prioritize raw, natural foods. Let's break each one down. Okay, rule number 1 is to fortify with seeds. And this one immediately shatters the myth that being healthy has to be expensive. You've got affordable powerhouses like sprouted mung beans and chickpeas. And yeah, if the budget allows, you have premium options like almonds and walnuts. The key takeaway here is that powerful nutrition is accessible at every price point. The strategic goal here is to make seeds and nuts a cornerstone of your diet. You're aiming for about 30 to 40% of what you eat in a day. And why? Because this single food group is an incredible source for 3 of our most critical weapons: protein for building cells, vitamin E for protection, and B-complex vitamins for energy. Rule number 2 is all about strategic hydration. Dr. Raju recommends a sort of 1-2 punch with juices. In the morning, you have a vegetable juice with things like carrot, tomato, and leafy greens to really load up on vitamin A. Then in the evening, a fruit juice, think orange or sweet lime, to deliver a powerful dose of vitamin C.
And the third rule? It rebalances your entire plate. The goal is a 70-30 split. 70% natural, uncooked foods like fruits and salads, and only 30% cooked foods. And the logic is just plain simple. High heat from cooking can destroy the very nutrients, the very weapons that we're trying so hard to get to our troops.
Now, this all sounds great, right? But there's a huge objection that we have to tackle head-on: the cost. This is where we need a radical shift in thinking. We have to stop looking at healthy food as an expense and start seeing it for exactly what it is: an investment.
We've all heard it. Maybe we've even said it. I can't afford almonds and fresh juice. But Dr. Raju's counterargument is so simple and so powerful. You think healthy food is expensive? Try getting sick.
The cost of prevention will always be less than the cost of a cure. Always.
I mean, just look at how we spend our money. We don't even blink when we pay for things that actively harm our bodies. Pizza, burgers, all kinds of junk food. But when it comes to the very foods that build up our defenses, we suddenly get all frugal. We're basically funding the enemy while starving our own army. It's crazy when you think about it.
Let's just look at the raw numbers. You've got the small daily investment in your health. Then you have the cost of a typical junk food night out, which is often way higher. And then you have the absolutely towering, potentially catastrophic cost of a hospital bill. When you see it laid out like this, which one is really the expensive option?
But you know, this investment, it isn't just for you. It's not even just about your finances. The choices you make today create a ripple effect, shaping the health and the habits of the next generation.
As parents, we are the architects of our children's habits. And they don't learn from what we say, they learn from what we do. Every time they see us choose junk food, the lesson they learn is that health just isn't a priority. But when they see us invest in real, nutritious food, they learn a powerful lesson that will last their entire lifetime.
It really all comes down to this. The money or property you leave behind, that's one thing. But the habits you instill in them, the value you teach them to place on their own bodies, that is the real inheritance. You're not just feeding them, you're teaching them how to command their own internal army for the rest of their lives.
So we end with this question. This isn't just about what you're having for lunch today. It's about the whole philosophy you're living by, and, more importantly, passing down. Are you building a legacy of strength, of vitality, of health, or are you unintentionally passing on a habit of weakness and illness? The choice, and the investment, is yours.